Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here. I wanted to bring you guys a video of kind of the steals and deals around my area and some kicks that I saw. First and foremost, right here is some Lunar Grands, Chukkas or Chukas or Chukkas or whatever you want to call it. They're pretty spendy still, a buck 69, I think it was. But they had them in a couple different colorways. I thought this one looked kind of crazy, but it was kind of cool to actually see the legit ones. And I actually just bought these ones. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the orange. I just didn't think like when I would actually wear these ones. I have the milkshakes, if you guys didn't know, which is the regular Lunar Grands, but pretty cool looking shoes in my opinion, but still kind of a hefty price tag. But they had a bunch of other dress shoes there, so I'll just show you guys a couple of other ones. I actually really like these ones as well. These are some Cole Haans. I would wear these for like weddings and stuff, and they were like 110. But I didn't end up buying them. I had too many other things to be buying around that time when I actually went into the store. Now, I had to throw these in there. Most ridiculous pants I've ever seen in my life. And I wanted to get a close up on those. Those are Thanksgiving turkeys on pants. Shit was ridiculous. And then they look at these guys, these crazy plaid pants, and they were $100 on sale. I was like, man, I had to show you guys those. Back to the shoes though. These are some Converse. These are kind of like those ones I had from the designer. Who was it? Like John Vervados or something like that. I'm not really good at remembering names. $70 though for the Chucks there. Not so bad actually. And then they had some low top versions as well. And you can tell it has that kind of grimy look on the sneakers. I actually don't mind that. I think it looks kind of cool. And those ones were 80 actually for the lows, so kind of crazy, but still pretty cool if you guys like those Chucks that I had. There's a couple more pairs here and there that I'll show you. This is another one from the same designer. So it's kind of like the higher end Chuck Taylor, and it was kind of cool to see him at Nordstrom Rack. It's something I would have never looked for before I ended up buying those leather metal toe Chucks that I ended up getting. Moving on, here's some more Cole Haans, just some random ones here. This next pair right here is 120. Another pair of Cole Haans. I guess it's a decent price. They're a little bit more expensive shoes. Definitely high quality leather. Then they had some of these guys, some trainers here. I couldn't believe they had some of those. Those are kind of crazy, and they're $50. If you guys hear stuff banging around in the background, my wife's making me dinner. So that's what's going on. Those guys are pretty crazy too. None of the $90. I have more, a lot more that aren't dress shoes that I'm gonna show you guys. Those are crazy though. These ones are Lunar Glide 4s, and they're only $50. Like I'm saying, the Lunar Glides are super, super crazy comfortable. And look at these guys, just crazy looking, purpley maroon colored shoes from Cole Haan. Those were 95. They had a whole bunch out there, like I was saying. Just some random Jordans. I thought these were kind of neat. Like they were kind of like a Chukka sort of Chukka or whatever you want to call it. And another pair. I said there's no more Cole Haans, and then look at this. There's another one. Those ones are kind of crazy with the linen. Though I like my dress shoes. I like wearing the dress shoes and stuff. Obviously, when I DJ weddings, they had some supers there. I didn't think I'd ever see some of these at a Nordstrom Rack, but they had some there for $50, as you can see. Moving on, they had some. These Adidas actually were kind of interesting. The bottoms were like really kind of like the lunar. It was like they were kind of trying to copy the Lunar Lawn materials for these Adidas, and they were $50, as you can see right here. And then they had some fusions, Air Maxes. They're like the 95 plus the bubbles. I don't even know what they're called. $85. There it is. DNYs or DYNs. Then look at these are probably the craziest Cole Haans I've ever seen. I had to take a picture of them because they were so quirky, and those ones were $99. Moving on to Ross, here is some Adidas that I ended up seeing. They're $40. The crazy thing about those is somebody else sent me a picture of those as well. It's one of my subscribers, so shout out to them, whoever sent that to me. But those ones are the ones that I ended up getting from the Damian Lillards. Um, they had some, look at those guys right there, some little old school Nikes. Those were some crazy looking shoes. Look at the crazy soles on these guys. It looks like herpes. $40 for herpes. I'll pass. And then they had some Addy Zeros at the Ross as well. And check this out, a triple pack of laces even. I'm like, man, I just about bought those even. $50. I mean, if you're a fan of the Adipures or whatever, those definitely were worth it. Look at those. Those were like a rip on the Nike Freeze. I had to throw those in there. And then you can see right here some 2012 of the Jordans, which is a great price for. I think they were like $50 or something like that. Yeah, $50. Just a great price for a performance shoe. So it's kind of cool seeing some older model performance shoes hitting the outlets. And those guys were the biggest shoes I've ever seen in my life, and they were like $30, but they were just ridiculously huge. They had some cool looking track shoes here as well. I think those are track shoes. I did track and field back in the day, and I thought that would be kind of interesting. They also had some Kobe 7s there, which was, again, kind of crazy. They have the Kobe 7s there when the Kobe 8s are out and everything. So they're getting like the older stuff. And this one's just an interesting looking pair of Pumas I just threw in the mix right there. Kind of crazy. Sorry, the pictures are upside down. but $40 for those. And then I went to another place and was looking at used shoes and saw some LeBrons here that were kind of crazy. I don't even know which ones these ones were, but they have the Dunkman at the bottom. I was like, oh, weird. I didn't know that. I thought those were soldiers or something. But um, part of the confusing part of the older LeBrons, I couldn't tell which was which. And this is another pair of LeBrons that I saw there that I don't know if this is a pair of soldiers or what, but they're just different LeBrons than I would never than I would have gotten, but they just had them kind of there. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys like most of this video here, just some random sneakers, and I thought these were kind of cool. They had like kind of a linen look to these ones as well. Obviously they're pretty thrash. I wouldn't have actually picked those up, but and then they had some Bapes there. Even I wonder if they're fake. I bet they're fake. I didn't even try to look, but they're pretty creased for the all white look there. $30. But hopefully you guys like this video. I like to do one of these like at least once a month if I can, and I usually do your guys' pickups as well. So if you guys have them, tweet them to me. Check you guys later, and thanks for stopping and watching. Peace.